Katie and welcome to my brand new channel. I have another channel out there called Katie Garrison Fitness, but this channel and this space is brand new and I am making it for my DIY, crafty, whimsical fantasy side. And I want to make my home a lot more whimsical and a lot more fun. So I've already created a whimsical guest bed, which I can show you, but for today, I'm going to be creating a project that I've been wanting to do for a long time right here in my front entryway. So this project is honestly not that whimsical, but we can always spruce it up a little bit later. Currently, my house is very farmhousey, and I really hate that vibe. This space right here, I'm making it out of things that we already had. So the whole point was to kind of recycle some things and upcycle. So we already had 4 crates and we decided to stain those and add a few extra crates to create this giant entryway table here for my front hallway. And so yes, they are crates. It's going to lean itself into farmhouse, but I'm thinking we can kind of tweak it slightly to make it a little bit more fun, a little bit more woodsy and less farmhousey. So obviously no whitewashes or anything crazy like that. We're gonna do a darker wood stain on the crates themselves and then keep the top just a linseed oil to keep the natural wood grain color on the top of the shelf. And sometime today, I'm hoping to also finish off a project I had started a couple weeks ago, just some bookends that I wanted that were a little bit more Wheel of Time-ish. So I'll hopefully get that done today too. But if you like little DIY projects, little things I can do to spruce up my home and make it feel a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more fun, a little bit more fantasy as we go. So that's your vibe too. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and stick around for more. And now let's go ahead and talk the project. So these are 2 of the crates. We had previously lined them for old projects. So they're lined in this black felt that is honestly cheapy kind of coming off and it's gotta go. So anyway, we're gonna take out the lining and these 4 of the boxes are already stained this wood color that I love. And we're going to stain the other 4 boxes that we just bought the same color. So I've got hubby on the job outside sanding the other 4 crates as well as the header and the footer, and then we'll get to staining here in a little bit too. But first let's get these linings out. So I finished tearing all of the felt. I thought it was felt, it was actually fabric lining the crates, and was able to dig out all of the staples. But since I have a little extra time, Matt's still sanding all those boxes and it might take him a little while to get those done. So while he's sanding those, I'm working on this other little project that I started a couple weekends back. I am a big Wheel of Time nerd. I love the book series, and so I made this and this out of some scrap wood we had from a different project. And I was gonna mount these on some basic Target dollar section bookends. So we were just going to mount them on the back of it so that we had some fun Wheel of Time memorabilia in our guest bed or our bedroom. So to do this, I bought some screws and some washers that we're going to screw in, and because this is a whatever leaf plant this is, tell me down in the comments, I forget. Because of this type of plant, it has a literal hole right here and a literal hole down here that we can use to mount the screws in. So that's gonna be perfect for butting that up to the wood and putting those screws in with the washers to hopefully protect this. And that's the thing I love. If I ever decide to take them off, hopefully with the washers, it should protect this metal piece to where it won't be scratched. And even if it is scratched, it's probably gonna be on the interior, not the exterior that's showing. So that's kind of a fun temporary, but also semi-permanent project that I could do with these. Oh, dang it. Just finished that last one. I put in 3 on the backing here because this little spot, it just would not want to screw in there. So I don't know why, but yeah, I've got the 3 there and I think that's going to distribute the load a little bit more. I realized that these are the convex screws. So they're gonna poke out a little bit more potentially against the book covers or the backings that are here. So Matt and I, when we were in the hardware store looking, we literally were like, well, let's just put a piece of cardboard between the backing and between the books. So I think we're gonna attach just a piece of cardboard here, probably just tape it on, painter's tape, something. We're janky like that, so it works. The important thing is that, look at this, it's so cute. This is great. And it's just gonna sit there and be adorable on the end of the bookshelf. So I'm happy with that, honestly. I don't think anybody's gonna notice having a little bit of a cardboard piece there. So awesome. Let's do the second one. And there we go. There's here's our second one. So I basically mirrored, well, not identically, but close, you know, close enough. Picked out the spots where I wanted them and went for it, and it followed the tracing really well. Now I have two fun bookends, one Farderais My and then one Ouroboros Wheel of Time bookends that I can put on the ends of my books. So I love this, and it'll look so great in our fantasy guest bed. So yay! But now that this is done, that was a fairly simple one since I did all the painting already. Let's go check on Matt and see how he's doing with the crates. Looks like we are down to a couple more. It looks like he's gotten a couple more finished over there, and he's down to the last couple. So yay, that's good. We're making progress. These, I made them. I mounted them on the backing. Yeah, that looks so good. And I did 3 points because I figured 2 would be a little bit less stable. So I figured 3 might give it a little bit more, you know, spread and keep it from wobbling so much if we accidentally knock it over or whatever. So, yeah. Yay! Nice! And since our whole living room has some more industrial theme, we did some spray paint on the hardware for the legs. Oops. So we've got 6 legs, again, to distribute load a little bit more in the middle. So anyway, we shot those with some black, and I think they're looking really good. The rest of them that's covered is wood, so hopefully we're gonna hit those with the same stain that is on the crates. So that'll be looking pretty fancy here in a bit. Let's see how they turned out. Should be dry.
Remember how I taped these up.
Yeah, you really taped them really good. Okay, there we go. Awesome. So that should take the stain pretty good. Yay! Matt was just pointing out that we had a couple with some paint runs, but the good news is we can put those in the back. Yay! So we've got our mock-up. Yay! We've got 2 pieces on the bottom, which the legs are going to be attached to, and then we've got our 1 solid piece on the top, which is a very nice board. This is a very nice board. We got 4 of them that are already stained, and then the 4 that he just sanded down that need to be stained next. So, what's the plan?
Go sleep.
No, baby's sleeping, so we have project time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get everything, all the boxes stained, and then figure out which where I need to cut all of the top and bottom stuff, and then sand those, stain or whatever we're gonna do, and then configure them so we have the smallest number of gaps, and then start screwing stuff into place.
Cool. Yeah, so he's talking about gaps because we bought these all at different times, except for, you know, these 4 which we bought today. But these ones are not all uniform. So that means some of our measurements are a little wonky, and they were all sanded at different times. So we'll just have to make sure that we try to align them properly to where they don't show as many gaps.
It's never going to be perfect, but
No.
wasn't the intention. So.
We can get it close. Hubby's done sanding, so it's staining time. Wow! So I've been hanging inside with Butch and with Tanner, our 2 little ones, and then our little 1-year-old, taking care of him while we've been having lunch, and somebody has been taking turns. So he's got, yeah, say hi, Dada. We've got 2 extra boxes done thanks to Matt on the job. Dada, yeah. Dogs love watching him as well. We love this window. He finished! Look at all these beauties. Oh my goodness, they're almost ready to go. So we scoot all these bad boys over here so they won't get dusty. And now Matt is gonna take care of sanding these bad boys. So we're running a little bit low on some sandpaper, but he's gonna make do, and we're gonna get her done, right?
Sure.
Oh yeah. Yay! That's close. So we have found the best orientation for these boxes. We just need to mark them to make sure we remember exactly which one is where. Because otherwise, we're just gonna be throwing them together again and trying to reassemble them. So anyway, we're gonna have to remember where they all go. And then we're looking at these 1x4s we have. And Matt, what's going on with the 1x4s?
Oh, they've just been sitting out for
Come here, take a seat. Come, tell us what's happening. What's up with the 1x4s?
they've got a cup, a bow, and a twisted.
Oh gosh. Yeah, because we bought these boards like forever ago. Like it's been over a year since we started this project, and we finally decided to finish it today. So they've been sitting out on the porch for like a year.
But hey, and all things considered, the legs look great.
Yeah.
So just don't have anything to attach them to.
Woo! Love it. So, yeah. That's okay. We'll just work with it, and we'll see if we can get these 1x4s on there. Honestly, if I could go back out and buy like a 1x10, go on the bottom, and like sandwich it between 1x10s, I don't think that would be too bad. I wouldn't be too mad at that. Because the 1x10 would be perfect. It's like the perfect depth for,
Rather than finagling it, why don't we just
1x10s it is. Yeah.
okay, well, she gets to stay with the baby. I can go back to Lowe's.
Back to Lowe's. Sounds good.
Again.
Baby time. Matt just got back from Lowe's with 1 and a number 2 boards, and we are sanding, cutting them down to size, and getting them ready to stain so we can get going. Hey! Ooh, so smooth, so nice. So we got the 1x10 on top, and then we got a second 1x10 he'll be cutting soon, so this is looking really good. Yeah, you approve? Yeah, he approves. I've also got these numbered so we can take these apart and get them all screwed together however we want to. We haven't exactly decided how we're gonna fix those together, but we're gonna figure that out. And I'm assuming Matt's got an idea on that front, so yeah. He's nodding yes. Yeah, so he'll get that figured out for us. Yay! One step closer. Hey, what? Hey, what's that? What's you hiding? What is that? What happened?
Just, one fingertip missing.
No, what? Hey, how? Explain yourself.
Saw. Finger. Bad.
Okay. We have literally put blood, sweat, and tears to this project now. There you go. Dusty. This is a delicate process. Trying to get that board out from our mock-up to stain it. And we're gonna stain it this color, so it will match all of these bad boys, which is great. They're just looking all funny in this lighting because some of them are still a little dusty, crusty from sitting in the house, but we'll get them all wiped down soon enough here after we get that bad boy stained. My stain studio. As you can clearly see here, I am obviously a staining master. Just kidding, don't come after me for my technique. This is going on the bottom, so nobody will ever see this. That's the good news. But I did realize that it was because this old bottle of stain that I was using, this old can, and once I switched to the new stuff, it was super smooth. So that really helped as well. So we were all out of linseed oil, so instead we're using Tung Oil on the top board. So that's gonna be the next thing to do. So we finished the bottom board, moving on to the top. Here we go. What do you say, Master Carpenter?
Putting stain on a board is not a carpenter make.
Whatever looks good.
So we're all done with the tung oil on top of the table, or the top board, whatever you want to call it. Neither of us know what we're doing. So
Entryway table.
Entryway table. So the finish stain box can thing says to wait 24 hours and then do a second coat. So we'll wait till everything else is applied and back together, and then we will stick this on, give one more coat, let it sit to dry, and then we will hopefully put it in the house.
Heck yeah. First thing we're gonna do is probably assemble the crates and figure out how we want to put those together. We have the bottom board that will be ready too, so that stain should set first. So anyway, the bottom board will be ready. We can
install the legs onto that, and then get the boxes mounted to that.
Yep.
And then
this will be the last step, is putting this on the top. So especially, you know, if we have to do a second coat on this, it'll have to have time to dry and everything. So we won't probably finish this until tomorrow night, maybe. So yeah.
But either way, it'll be great.
Woo. So that's all for day one. See you in the morning. So here we are, day two, and we are looking at the legs, starting from the ground up, figuring out how we want to configure these. So we've got obviously like the four corners, and then what are the two options, Matt?
We can either have them centered, roughly there, or we can have them center line there-ish. I will go ahead and mount the four corners, and then we'll flip it upside down, stack the boxes on top, and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
With either of those configurations. That's what I'm gonna do.
Sounds good. Wow, those look like official table legs, sir. Very nice.
Yep.
Okay, so how's it looking?
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, what did you think about the legs?
Just gonna put them in the center.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds good.
Now put the legs on, and then just start building from the bottom up.
Yay!
Screw the bottom, all the bottom ones to the bottom board. Screw the sides together with little tiny screws, just to get some structure.
You know what, now that I'm looking at it from the side, this is low-key giving me like 2010s youth group.
Yeah.
What have we done? All right, explain this.
Okay.
What'd you do?
So everything is screwed into the bottom and top surfaces, minus actual top. And then from there, we are going to finagle this, get everything lined up, screw the top in from the bottom, and then I will work on shimming and getting all of the in-betweens somewhat even.
Sweet. And I think this turned out perfect. The Tung Oil looks really, really nice on here. And we were talking about it earlier. We were going to seal it with polyurethane if it was the linseed oil, because the linseed oil has a little bit more, you know, fragrance to it. But the Tung Oil, it's saturated really well, and it's not, you know, oily to the touch or anything. So I don't feel like it needs to have polyurethane. Maybe a second coat of Tung Oil, you know, just to make sure that we've got it good and coated. But at the same time, I think we're going to be good without the polyurethane on top. We'll give it a whirl and see what that looks like after the second coat. But yeah, that's going to be awesome if we don't have to do the polyurethane. That's not my favorite. So he's got all of the, like he said, the verticals screwed in, and then we just need to get the horizontals, get them all attached to each other. But otherwise, great job, babe. Yay! So we are having to use a few different shims just to kind of fill in the gap. She's a little gap toothed. That's okay. We kind of knew that with all the different sizes of crates and stuff, them not being uniform. Overall, you know, everything's gone together really smoothly, and it looks really even across the top, really even across the sides. So yeah, I'm really happy, and we've gotten all the horizontals we need for now. Matt's just gonna shore it up a little bit more, and then we can see about the top. Also, I'm not gonna throw any shade at all, but look at this wonderful organization of your tools. I love it. We are wiping out the excess stain because it is a little bit on the tacky side. It's probably just because of the humidity. That's what I'd guess. What do you think?
I mean, the stain won't fully cure until, you know, probably 48 hours anyway. 48
hours, yeah. Well,
but it doesn't hurt to wipe off the excess.
Yeah. Thought I got it pretty good last night, but you know, we'll see if this helps any. I don't know. We'll see. So the other thing I requested, Matt, I hit this again with 320, so it's like super buttery smooth now. But one thing I requested was that the front edge wouldn't be so rigid. Sharp, that's a better word. It wouldn't be a solid 90 degrees. So anyway, we're going to kind of bevel the edge slightly just to knock off some of that sharpness. And then same thing with the front corners and the edges. The back edge, I really couldn't care less, but it's just that front edge and the sides that I don't want it to be 100%, 90 degrees, so.
Oh, I'm gonna use a little edge plane for that.
Sweet.
Unless you don't need to test it on there.
One of these guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the same wood, so let's just test that.
So that.
Sweet. Oh, it's like a cheese grater. No.
It's on when y'all have calluses on your feet.
Oh, gross. No thanks. That's why I go to the pedicure place.
Parmesan cheese.
Gosh. We are cheese grating the board. Oh yeah, baby, look at that. Ooh, she's nice and smooth. We do need to find a way to make this less farmhousey and more whimsical fantasy. I can see this being like some Hobbit market, cottagecore type look. It's just going to need some help getting there. So, I don't know. Probably depends on how we decorate it, and probably depends on what's hanging above it, what we put around it, all that stuff. The decorations above it, or the hanging artwork, was like a Home Goods buy. I just need to replace that anyway, so. But I think it can be done. I think it keeps screwing on, but I'm trying to talk. Okay, so I need to replace the artwork for sure, and then maybe find something to put up next to it that makes it more whimsical. Obviously the things we put on top of it, what we choose to put inside of it. All of those things are going to have to be toddler friendly too, because our 11-month-old is going to be 1 soon, and he's close to walking. So that means that whatever we put in here is going to have grubby mitts all over it. That's also going to be interesting, because we can't have the decor, fancy, everything we want, because we have to also baby proof. So, and toddler proof soon enough. So it might not look super whimsy or fantasy right away, but I think over time we can make it work.
Everything else we do kind of, let's finish this project we started.
Yeah, honestly. And back then my style was very different, and it's changed a lot recently, and I haven't been able to do much with my house in the last couple of years because of just life, pregnancy, baby, all that stuff. So I'm looking to change things, and we have a lot of ground to cover. So, yeah. And this is the noisy part of the episode where Matt takes his shop vac and cleans it all up because it is done. Almost. Dost thou even hoist? Woo! Look at it. Look at it. Oh man, that's perfect with the outlet and everything. Yay! Oh my gosh, that looks great. I'm so happy. What do you think, Tanner? You like it? So we do technically need to stain the top one more time with Tung Oil, so Matt's gonna have to take it back outside and do that later tonight. But we are running out of light, so I wanted to get this styled temporarily just to kind of get a vision and see what it could be like in the future. So I'm excited. Let's zhuzh it up a little bit. have done my best for now on how to style it in a more whimsical manner, and I'll show you the little reveal here. Because I think that depending on how we decorate it and how we decorate other things as well, I think it has a lot of potential. Anyway, thanks for joining us for this build. This has been super fun and a fun adventure for us to try to put this out there for you on YouTube. So if you want to follow along with our journey and watch us whimsify our home and find fun little DIY crafts along the way, then go ahead and subscribe down below and stay tuned for our next video. Put down in the comments, let me know if you like this build and what we should whimsify next in our house. Otherwise, I'll see you in our next video. Bye! Hi, I'm Katie.
And I'm Matt.
And we have
no idea what